You're here! Yay! Yay! Hi! It's been a while. Well, it's always good to see you. Never. Hey, Power. How's it going? Are you mostly lurking? That's fine. That's fine. We gotta wait for those. We gotta wait for those 3-minute ads. Also, I have to go get a rolling pin, so I'm gonna go do that. Well, did I do all my? There's a new self promo thing you gotta do now, where you go on Blue Sky. You tell Blue Sky you're live with a little live thing. So I did that. Yeah, let's see how that goes. That works. As a chibi? Everyone looks cute as a chibi. Welcome. Welcome. How you doing? Making some food today. Some yummy, yummy food. Oh, I do love emperor penguins. What are the other? What are all the types of penguins that there are? Penguin. Wait, penguin. I love penguins in general. I love penguins because of. Like a man. Wait, let me list of penguin species. List of penguins. Emperor penguins are great. I also like, are they the ones that have the yellow on them too? They're pretty. It's really 18 species of penguins. King penguin, those are cute as well. I like the ones with the yellow. Like the penguin you throw off the cliff in Mario. Yeah, it's important. I think Mint likes the chin strap penguin. That's her. I also kind of like the rockhopper because he's got like the little tufts on his head, like by his eyebrows. He's got like the Dr. Wily penguin eyebrows. I do gotta say, I think I like the king penguin and the emperor penguin though. I like their little yellow dots. Hey, let's get the stream started. We're doing something a little different today. Something a little different today. Hang on, where's my? Normally I would go into my room. But we're in my office today. So we're in hand cam land today. I actually have gloves on today. Not because of like any VTuber ops thing, but because this is gonna be a mess. And I'm trying to avoid making the biggest mess ever by wearing gloves, and I'm gonna roll this dough out in my office because this is the only way I don't have like a. So, can I get a shout out? Well, I'll do it myself. I don't have any shit on my hands yet. I'm gonna shout out Ellie Face real quick because Ellie Face, my stream team member, has like an actual kitchen wired for cooking, right? Where the kitchen itself is like has all those cameras in it and everything. I love to cook. I do not have any cameras in my kitchen. And normally when I do hand cam, I normally crop off the fact that my hand cam angle shows the floor. But today I had that Turtles book on the floor. I just kind of left it there so you guys can see my actual floor. That's the book about Satan that I unboxed last time I did hand cam, and it's still sitting here in my office. And then that's the Ninja Turtles, my food office. This is my streaming office. This is my work office. And then I got my little guy here. Okay. Helping out with the stream. Oh, I immediately put her in sour cream. See, I've told you this is gonna be a mess. I didn't even mean to do that. Okay. Hey everybody, good evening. My name is Countess Lita, and I am a vampire VTuber streamer. Today I'm not using my VTuber. I literally got sour cream on my spider. Incredible. Wow, good start to the stream. Oh. I'm not using my VTuber because this stream is going to involve a lot of me leaning over the counter and getting up and sitting back down again, and I didn't want to have to micromanage moving my iPad around because my iPad is how I drive the VTuber, and I have to suck. Yeah, content. I need to get I have to get the sour cream off my spider. Okay, let's not put the spider in the food. Maybe. We're getting too enthusiastic. I just got back from MagFest. I was gonna do a karaoke stream today, originally. But my throat is still, relaxing a little bit from all those concerts. But also, I talked about that I was gonna, after New Year's, I had leftover sauerkraut. And I said I'm gonna make some pierogis with the sauerkraut. And I guess, I don't know, somebody said, make them on stream. And I was like, sure, why not? Today I'll make pierogis on stream. I've used this recipe before, but I will show you guys really briefly. And then later on, we're gonna flip through this book because it's kind of an interesting book. This is the Street Fighter cookbook here that I'm using for my food content. Today, I've had this book for a couple years now. I think the first time I cooked from it was like my birthday when I was still using my old VTuber model. And like I got drunk off the fucking drinks in here. I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm gonna make the pierogis, which I will show you briefly the page. And then while this stuff is like cooking, we can flip through the book and go through. I'm also gonna make, because it just seemed weird to just make one thing, then on the next page, there is a cocktail that we're gonna try. Little cocktail. We're gonna have that with it. So the theme tonight is gonna be cooking from the Street Fighter cookbook. And when we flip through it, if y'all see something you want me to try to make that I haven't made yet in here, and we want to do another project cooking stream at some point in the future. Yeah, it's orange. It's made with orange soda. So we're gonna make it. It's mostly orange soda. Should be delicious, I think. Tasty. Hopefully, maybe, I hope. I don't know. It's a cocktail made with orange soda. We'll talk about what's in that. I'm gonna limit myself this year to one project meal a week, right? Like a complicated meal to cook. I like to do, I guess what I would call project cooking, where I get an idea to make some complicated thing. The thing is that once you get used to a recipe, it becomes less complicated. Then just kind of adds your repertoire. But this is a little complicated. It has a lot of steps. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this. On the stove right now, I am boiling some potato, and I probably want to turn that stove off in a little bit, but they're fine for right now. They're just boiling because, as you might know, the inside of the pierogi is a mashed potato with cheese. So we're gonna do the pierogi. Thank you for the clip. Immediately getting sour cream everywhere. I think we're gonna do the pierogis. We're gonna make the dough. I have to set the dough aside for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna make the mashed potato filling, and then we're going to put the pierogis together. It doesn't take very long to heat them up once they're cooked, so I'm gonna actually just put them in another bowl and take them in the kitchen and cook them probably off cam real quick, and then just come back and plate them for you guys. And then we're gonna also make the drink, and then if we have time after that, we'll have some dessert together. I have lots of dessert options. I have some of the best ice cream. I still have the sweet potato pie ice cream, which is really good. I also have chocolate ice cream that I made the other day. Hello, how are you? And I have tons of dessert stuff in the house, which is bad because it's January and we're trying to get back in shape, but I did lift yesterday, so we're working on that. And this is gonna be my one like cheat meal of the week because these are a little bit, I don't want to say they're really bad for you. Seems like everywhere I go, people are enjoying Street Fighter pierogis. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Just everybody's having well, the Street Fighter book is a street food. The concept is that it's street food. So food that you would get. Thank you. I'm hoping to post another video essay on YouTube as well, but I don't know which one I'm gonna finish. So that's a project for next week. Fortunately, there's a day off from work on Monday. It's be shaped like M. Bison. That's really hard to do. I don't know if I can do that. The funniest thing in here, you guys, I've made this before because I cooked this on my birthday. Well, I didn't really cook it because it's not something you cook. But there is the M. Bison cocktail in here. Let me just show you what this cocktail is, if I can find it. The thing they have in here for M. Bison is a drink. It's called the Psycho Punch. Oh, and I've made these carnitas before. The carnitas in here, these are T-Hawk's recipe. These are fucking good. These are really good. This is like my favorite carnitas recipe. I've made different carnitas from different books, and like these are actually delicious. So like that's a recipe that I share around to people because I was like, okay, that was worth, like, if nothing else in this book is like delicious, like that was delicious. But the pierogis are also delicious, so I'm trying to find he has in here M. Bison. Sometimes we use the international names and call him Dictator because it makes it less confusing, because I'm so used to calling him Dictator. Dictator Claw. Yeah, they use the American names in this. Wish Japan hadn't shuffled the names around because it's so confusing. Talk about the game. They got the Sagat cocktail in here, which is like a Thai iced tea. It's not really a cocktail. It's actually just a Thai iced tea. Although I should try to make Thai iced tea. I think I wanted to make it at one point and then like forgot because I have ADHD. There it is. Okay. There's actually two bison in here. There's a thing I haven't made, but it's like a shrimp roll and it looks complicated. And then there's this drink, which is called the Psycho Blast. And it's just like literally like white girl wasted punch, which makes complete sense. So I have no argument against it. So this pierogis are actually Colin's entry, and like who even remembers her? She was in 5, I guess. Right? Like she was the ice lady. She was the lady with ice powers. It's like a one-off Street Fighter character. Is the bison drink serially a white girl whiskey cocktail? Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll read you the ingredients in the bison drink. That thing is Urban War canon. Yeah, it's super canon. Yeah, it's super fucking canon. It's vodka, blue curacao grenadine, raspberry liqueur, apple juice, lime juice over ice. It's just a really strong, sugary fruit punch thing. Yeah, and it's purple. Yet nothing has ever been more canon. It's super canon. It's like, I was like, yes, correct. That's such a white girl drink. It is. I know. That's the M. Bison. Hello. That's the M. Bison drink. It's literally just a big glass of white girl punch. Right? Oh, so no, that's actually perfect. That's actually extremely perfect. And this drink we're doing today is the rose one. This is actually the rose drink. I haven't had this yet, but this is like maybe a little more elegant, right? You're gonna fuck up the sorority, I know. It's just all the colors dumped into a bowl with like, and it's like mostly alcohol. It's delicious. Well, yeah. And this book is fun. This book is a lot of fun. I'm a sucker for gimmick cookbooks, you know? I really like a gimmicky cookbook. I can't help myself. And there's always, so Victoria Rosenthal did this book, as she did the Final Fantasy 14. I think there's 2 Final Fantasy 14 cookbooks now. There might even be 2 Street Fighter ones, I don't know. But I know there's the Final Fantasy cookbook. And that has like a lot of complicated stuff in it. I feel like a lot of her stuff is a little bit more project cooking and not less everyday cooking. I have the Deadpool cookbook, and that one is a little bit more versatile in terms of like stuff I would cook every day. But I use the gimmick book cookbooks. I have the Stardew Valley one, but it's like pescatarian, of course, as you might imagine. But it was really nice to have with the CSA vegetables because it was all like, this is what's in season, this is what's in season, and it was like lined up to what's in season. So when I get back into the CSA, I'm right now not in the CSA. I used to have a vegetable delivery every week, but I got surrounded and drowned, and then I told Ellie Face about it, and now Ellie's drowning in vegetables. Whew. Anyway, let's get started. Let's make some food. Like I said, I prepped some of this ahead of time because this is like cooking show stuff, right? So this is actually just salt. And that goes into 3 cups of flour. I've got a little extra flour off the side here because I need to be able to roll this dough out. Oh, you can see how pale I am, but it's winter and I'm a vampire, so no picky fun of the fact that I have no sun in my skin whatsoever. Okay, so the first step of this recipe is to combine the flour and the salt. Done. Had some chicken nuggies, 20 nuggies for $5. That sounds good. I'm having something a little more complicated than that. All right, and I have set aside 2 eggs. So it's 2 eggs. Eggs one at a time, and then the sour cream goes in. We're gonna mix in these 2 eggs. 1. Well, it disappeared. It does say mix them one at a time though, so let's add the other one. I could go for just about any food right now, but I've got food in front of me, so hopefully we'll get something good out of this. I've made this before and it's pretty good. We gotta incorporate that egg a little bit. And then we add to that 1/4 cup. You guys can steal this recipe. I mean, I'm not gonna show you, I mean, you know, if you wanna preview the cookbook, I don't know. We're gonna add to that 1/4 cup of sour cream. I was smart. I actually laid out a surface to work from today so that I wouldn't make a mess directly on my office desk. Pretty much smart. You haven't eaten? You could follow along. You'd have to have all the ingredients. This is not that complicated of a recipe. I mean, ingredients-wise. It's potatoes, cheese, flour, sour cream. As long as you have sour cream, you're probably good. All right, now I'm gonna have to, of course the spoon is not gonna be adequate to the task. Don't worry, I've got a spatula here. And then what we're gonna do is add a little bit of water. This. I've got a glass of water and it says you wanna just mix it in gradually so the dough doesn't get oversaturated, so sure, mix it all up. An Adventure Time cookbook. Oh my god, I didn't even know there was an Adventure Time cookbook. Sometimes with these gimmick cookbooks, they're not like that usable. Like I have the Toe Jam and Earl one and it's all just like weird ass shit, which is funny and it makes sense, but also I've never made anything from it. I should at some point, you know, stretch goal to make something from the Toe Jam and Earl. All right, so we're gonna start with that much water. And then because I have my gloves on here, I'm just gonna hand mix this a little bit here and kind of just do this because the Sonic one, that's got chili dogs, right? It's gotta, right? It's gotta have like 14 variants of chili dogs. I have the Deadpool one and it's got like 5 different chimichangas. Harriet was like, are you just gonna yap about Deadpool for the entire stream? No, but I would like to yap about Deadpool a little bit because of the stuff from his Rivals debut is live now for beta players of Rivals, I guess. Marvel Rivals, which means I gotta get back into Marvel Rivals. But I hear that but I hear that he's very, very fucking difficult to use. Like the most challenging character they've done so far. And he's like, yeah, and he's like every class at the same time. Yeah, good luck. Yeah. And it's Sayu. You guys see that it's Sayu? Well, that's fun. A little VTuber representation. I'm not getting all of this flour incorporated in this here. No, I'm not going to yap about it for the entire stream. You kind of should, considering he's like Squirrel Girl, where his ass is hard to kill. Yeah. Well, Squirrel Girl's unbeatable. No. Deadpool just can't die. It's cursed to not die. Oh. If you get in, probably come in the thing. Yeah, that's right. They got the thing in there too. I haven't played the game since it launched, and I was playing like easier characters, right? I was playing like Squirrel Girl. I was playing Scarlet Witch. Like Scarlet Witch in there. She's not too hard to use. But Deadpool seems really hard to use. And I'm not good. You're gonna kill me? Good, I miss my girlfriend. Well, that's the reason he's cursed. Because Thanos didn't want him to hook up with death, so. Because he likes death. I'll shitpost on Invisible Woman. I tried to play her and she's like challenging. I don't know how to play Invisible Woman. She's hot though. All right, so this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to knead this. It says to knead it for 5 minutes, so I need to get all this flour incorporated. So I'm just gonna turn it out onto my work surface here and get the rest of the flour in. And then we're gonna give this a good solid knead. And then I gotta fold it into the plastic wrap that I have sitting. Hopefully this won't be as huge of a mess, but you know what? I got a vacuum cleaner. As long as I can vacuum. Oh, okay, that's why. I see, understand. And then I'll just suffer because I need to suffer. It's gonna be hard to probably get the character though. So I'll just play other characters too. I can be versatile. My bowl on the ground there. We'll figure it out. We'll do something. I don't know. I don't have any plans for any other streams this week. I was originally going to do something on Saturday, but I kind of need the break still. So, yeah. All right, so 5 minutes kneading. I've kind of been kneading it for a while, actually, but let's just give it like another 5 minutes to make sure it's nice and kneaded. And then I'm going to put it in plastic wrap. It has to be in plastic wrap for 20 minutes. Then we got to roll it out. But we need a little bit of gluten development so that it sticks together and so that we can make the actual dumplings from it. So kind of just... This is why I wore gloves. Because I figured y'all didn't want me like... kind of nasty to have like my hands all over the dough and pulling out of my fingernails the entire time. This did come together with just that much water, although not all of the flour is getting incorporated, but kind of work with it. Haven't played it at all. Yeah, and there was like, I don't know. I'm not good at shooters very much at all. So, you know, there's always that hesitation. Like, I'm not good at this kind of game. But it's fine. It's casual. I played it a little bit early on. Looking forward to trying it again. Neither am I. Yeah, me neither. I'm like, the rubber glove sounds are gross. I did have the volume off on the hand cam itself, so you're maybe not getting gross rubber glove sounds, but they're kind of sticky sounding, aren't they? Ugh. Squish, squish, squish. Yuck. We're there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to wrap this up in plastic and put this aside for 20 minutes while we make the mashed potatoes. Joe is squishy, yeah. Dough is squishy. This is squishy. If you just live in quick play, yeah. Not as sweaty as some other games, but I think, imagine it's worse with the gloves. Yeah, it is a little bit. It's kind of nasty noises. That's okay, it's fun. Played a little bit more of a Wander Stop today. Kind of fun. That's definitely not a stream game. It's definitely more contemplative. I mean, I know there are people who stream, I guess what you'd call cozy games, right? I do occasionally, like if I'm very tired, I'll do like a Stardew. Although I think if I'm gonna stream like a cozy game, like a cozy and yap, I want something like a little less text heavy than Wanderstop because it's a combination of like plot and farming, and it kind of goes back and forth. So it's probably not a great stream game, which is fine. Not every game has to be a stream game, I think. But if I did like a cozy yap game, I think it would be like Power Wash Simulator, which I have never actually fired up, even though I finally picked it up at some point. It just seems like a good like chillax and yap on stream kind of game. The real benefit of games like that is it's not the game. You haven't lived till you've pee washed? Yeah, I should do that. I should play Power Wash someday when I'm feeling tired and don't want to do like a complicated stream. One of the things that I've gotten... Power Wash 1? Yeah, we should do it together sometime. One of the things I've gotten a little too uptight about is scheduling streams. Like, I'm pretty focused on like trying to get my schedule like ahead of time. And, you know, that's good because then you guys know when I'm going to be live and what I'm doing all the time. But also, there's not that serendipity. Like, sometimes I just feel like doing something different. So I might just start leaving TBD slots next month. Not this month. This month I've already booked everything out that I want to do. All right, I think that's going to be good for the dough here. I think that's pretty needed. I didn't end up using all this extra flour, but I'll probably use it when I roll it out. That dough really looks like durian. World's neediest stream. Oh, this is needy streamer overload. Boo! No, it is. It is. You guys should clip that. That's funny, actually. We're making dough! It's not needy. Not that kind of needy. Right. Plastic wrap. Put my glove back on. You can clean up this office later because it's messy. But I also already cleaned it up once. All right. Take this, wrap it up in the plastic. So it's nice and wrapped up. Okay, it's a little bit sticky actually, and I didn't use all the water, so that's probably good. And then we just leave it aside, wrapped up until it is time to make the pierogis. It says at least 20 minutes, so keep me honest on at least 20 minutes for the pierogi dough. You might have noticed I started the stream a little earlier than usual. I usually start an hour after this, but the reason for that is because I have to eat food. I'm hungry, and you know I haven't had food since lunch, which was hours ago, and 7:30 already. So that's why I started early, so that I wouldn't be trying to keep my whole day without eating something. All right, setting this aside somewhere. I don't have a space. Putting it aside. Well, I'll just put it here. You guys can just see it, and we'll start the potatoes. Okay. So I gotta go get the potatoes. They are, thank you, Ariat. I asked you to do that. They are on the stove. And then I also need to shred some cheese. Eat the pierogi. Smash Mouth, eat the egg. Oh my God, what a meme. I'm so glad you know that meme. Smash Mouth, eat the eggs. Hilarious. An old. All right, I'll be right back. You should have eaten the eggs, I know. But we'll always be mad he never ate that. He didn't eat the eggs. Why didn't he eat the eggs? Okay, so I have to go get cheese and milk and potatoes. Potatoes. Peas. Don't get them out. Okay, so here's what the instructions say. They say, place a potato cubes in a pot, cover with water, boil and cook the potatoes soft. So these are cooked. I cooked the shit out of these. They are like almost mashed already. They've been cooking for like an hour. And then mash until smooth. Oh, I forgot butter. Oh, 3 tablespoons of butter. And then milk and cream cheese. 2 tablespoons of milk. I did not measure, but we will measure it here. And I also need butter. 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay, I need tablespoons. All right, so to this we're adding the butter as well. 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna drop that right in there and let that melt. And then you add cream cheese. How much cream cheese? 1/4 cup. Well, I have a 1/4 cup sitting here already. That's good. This, I'm using a spoon to mash this, which I normally wouldn't. I normally would use a masher, but these are already so soft that I can get away with using a spoon. And we're gonna add the cream cheese to this and stir it up, and then if I still need to use the masher, I'll use the masher. This is 2 potatoes. When I made this before, I felt like it made more filling and I needed to make a second batch of the dough, but I think it's just because I'm not rolling the filling out thin enough. But if I do have extra filling, it's mashed potatoes, so it's not like it's gonna go to waste. I'll just eat the mashed potatoes. You can see my knee in the corner, sorry. My pants are like tie-dye, I guess is the word. Okay, so 1/4 cup of knead de-streamer overload. Yeah, you can see my knees, my sinful knees in the corner. 1/4 cup of cream cheese. So I'm gonna have to measure with the sour cream. Measure. I'm kind of probably just kind of eyeball it. I'm not bad at cooking, but this. That looks about right. Okay. And 1 cup of shredded cheddar, which I have not shredded, so now I have to shred that cheese. Oh, I need my knife. Fine, because yeah, shred that cheese. I'm gonna name it Needy Streamer Rises. Now I've got to make a cup of cheddar, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get that cheese. There. Put that in the mashed potatoes. I gotta mix this up so that it melts while I'm doing this other thing. There we go. Get that in there. Right? It's so exciting. Cheese shredding, streaming. You know what? It's fun to do a cooking stream, even though my setup is not the greatest for it, because I really like to cook food, and then I really like to eat food, which is less of a... This is kind of a special occasion. It's not really, actually. It's just kind of because I felt like it. Because you asked me to, and I'm very susceptible to peer pressure. By which I mean somebody asked me to. Is that a cup? That's probably not a cup yet. Let's see. Let's see. Got another measuring cup here somewhere. Where? I see the one that has eggshells in it, and you know what? I can just read. You can always get more cheese in there. YouTube Rex working as expected. What did YouTube say? Oh, popped up on YouTube Rex. I'm about to DM you until you realized it was my stream. Oh. It's me! It's me streaming it. You're about to DM somebody is doing Street Fighter Cookbook content? Me. I'm literally me. I'm so glad I was in your Rex. It means it's working properly. It needs a little bit more. It needs a little bit more cheese. Yeah, we're gonna make Rose's cocktail as well. But I'm gonna drink a cocktail, a bitter Italian cocktail. It won't be that bad because it's gonna have orange soda on it. Okay, that's probably half a block. A little bit more. You know, you can never go wrong with cheese. You know, this is maybe, I'm starting to realize why I get too much filling when I make this. It's because I'm like, let's just make a little extra. Let's just add a little more cheese. There we go. We got the cheese, we got the cream cheese, and then you fold in the cheddar and you season with salt and pepper. I'm gonna do a little pepper. Little pepper in there. That. I already put some salt in it earlier. So hopefully that'll melt and get nice and melty. I want this to be like fully incorporated and mashed. That's gonna be our pierogi filling. Come together. It does need to be very mashed and very melted though, so that it's like fully incorporated into the... Does it look good? You guys want some? Anybody up for some mashed potatoes? Honestly, I could just eat the pierogi filling by itself. You absolutely do? Yes. I could eat the pierogi filling by itself. I could just spoon this right into my mouth and just eat. Really nice and cheesy. I'm trying to remove any like lumps from the potatoes because they were very boiled, but you know, I didn't add that much milk to it, but it's really kind of already a good consistency. And the milk is sort of like, you know, add milk if you need to make it softer, but I'm just gonna add like 1 tablespoon of milk to it. Maybe 2 because the instructions say 2, but I don't think it doesn't need very much milk is the point that I'm making. It's pretty soft. A big straw with the tater consistency, yeah. You know, the cheese enjoyer. There we go. So that is really good. I'm a subscriber to Bon Appetit magazine. And Bon Appetit magazine one year, they did this thing where they were like, we're gonna make the greatest mashed potatoes you've ever had. And I'm pretty sure the video is still on YouTube of them doing this. But like, they put so much milk in the mashed potatoes that it was like soup. And like I made the recipe without watching the YouTube video, so I thought that I had messed up because it was like way too much milk and it was like really soupy. And I was like, this is kind of gross. I don't think these are the best mashed potatoes. I think these are the worst mashed potatoes. And then they had all these comments on the YouTube video like, what are you guys doing? Adding like 2 cups of milk to your mashed potatoes. You're nuts. I'm like, okay, so it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me that was grossed out by this recipe. I'm gonna get like these little lumps out of this because I don't want any lumpy. Yeah, they did a gross mashed potato. Yeah, you want your mashed potatoes to like, this is a filling, so it's not even quite like mashed potato consistency, but you want it to like have a little stiffness to it, right? You want it to stand up a little bit. You want to be able to sculpt with it so that you can do close encounters of the third kind and the aliens will notice you. That's the key to good mashed potatoes. Reassociating. Okay, whoa. This is actually like giving my arm a nice workout because I'm sort of leaning over the desk in an awkward way. And I also got back into weightlifting just yesterday, so my arms are getting nice and tired. You know, I'm trying to avoid, if automod should not, if my automod gets hyperactive, I'm just gonna kill it. Like, I hate automod. I mean, there's times when I want it, like, because I don't want people saying, like, actual slurs, but usually when people say a thing that automod catches, it's just because they're saying something like, the Gaylord Resort in National Harbor. It's like, you can't say Gaylord? Which? Alright, that looks good. That looks really good. I think there might be some potato lumps still in this, but I'm gonna call it because potato lump adds a little character, right? No, I was going to take this shot, but I'm very brave. Cooking is ultimate workout. Yeah, cooking is ultimate workout. You gotta be able to lift heavy things if you're cooking. You gotta be able to lift heavy iron pans. You gotta be able to put pressure on stuff. Guess I'm still got some lumps in here, but I'm like 20 minutes. It's only been 10 minutes of waiting for the dough, so I gotta wait a little bit longer for the dough to get. I don't know why you have to wait 20 minutes, but I'm following the instructions. So we're gonna wait a few minutes. That's funny. How many places where they decided to name the convention center? Oh, I know. It's just the name of it. It's just not that weird. It's a normal thing to say. You know, gay used to mean happy. It still does, really. I feel like it's one of those things that, like, it used to be when you said, like, I don't know what like in like the early aughts, right? If you were like, oh, that's so gay, that would be something that you. It's not the yeast, it's the antidote. Yes, it's not yeast. There's no yeast in it, but it has to slide up a little bit. Used to be something that's gay. It'd be like, you don't like it. But now if you're like, that's so gay, it's like laudatory. It's like good, positive. Cheese in the bowl. Like that's a good thing to say about something now. What the hands do? Hi, Alice. They're making pierogis. I should probably actually not have this bowl on the floor. It's off the floor. So I don't step on the bowl. Okay, I have to wait 10 minutes for this. So I'm gonna put some of the stuff back in the fridge. Talk amongst yourselves. Carry this all in a bowl. All right, I'm just tidying up after myself a little bit so it's not a huge mess. Now that that is gonna sit for just a second and I'm gonna wait for that to sit, let's go ahead and make the cocktail. Because that way that'll use up the time I need for the dough to set up. And also, let's drink. Let's have a drink. All right, so next thing, cocktail. This is pretty easy. Fill a cocktail shaker with ice, and we're gonna add sherry, aperitif, and simple. 20 minutes have not passed. Okay, excellent, great. Well, that's good. It says up to 20 minutes, up to 2 hours. Do we want to make the booze first, or do you want to go ahead and roll the pierogis out? I feel like if I have something to drink while I make the pierogis, then I'll be in good shape. So we'll make the drink. Pretty simple. Two hours have not passed, right? So I have time. That was me drinking the extra milk because we didn't need the milk. Okay. We're gonna fill a cocktail shaker with ice, and it's sherry, aperitif. I have a thing of Campari that I do not use for anything because I don't like the Negroni, as it turns out. I thought I might, so I learned how to make one, and it turns out I don't like them. So we're gonna use it on this because there is a cocktail. The guy who does Greg How to Drink. Have you ever watched How to Drink? It's a good channel on YouTube. Did a Final Fantasy cocktail, and he invented something called a Cosmo Canyon, and that used the Negroni, and I thought that was actually pretty good, so I haven't thrown the Negroni away. We're gonna use it on this. It's 1 ounce of sherry, 1 ounce of that, and then a ½ ounce of simple syrup, which I hope is gonna sweeten it up, and then we're gonna fill, now it says blood orange soda, which I don't have. I have regular ass orange soda, but that's, and then we're just gonna put this orange. It says to garnish with the orange peel. I'm just gonna put a whole orange wheel on it. Make it a little. Although I guess I could do the fancy bartender thing of like just peeling the peel off. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should peel the peel off and do it like the picture. I'll get fancy with it. Okay. So I'm gonna get sherry, and we're gonna shake it into a cocktail glass. feel like too far away from the mic. I feel like I didn't account for the fact that my hands would be covered in like dough while I was trying to mix a cocktail. So I am like covered in, my fingers are gross, but that's okay. It's fine. Gotta get that. My gloves, the gloves were a good idea, and I was very smart to use gloves, but like my hands are like, now the gloves are gross and sticky. Okay, so got my cocktail shaker. I put the sherry in here already. So we're gonna add an ounce of bitter liqueur, which I hope I don't regret, because this stuff I don't love. Like by itself, I don't love this. Very bitter. But hopefully the orange soda will make it like a little more palatable, because the Negroni is like very bitter as a cocktail, which sucks because you look at one and you think, oh, it's gonna be so refreshing. It's gonna be so like, it's like so red. It looks like it's so chill to drink. But then you drink it and it's like a mouthful of medicine. So we're just gonna add like 1 ounce of it to the bracing. Yeah, bracing is a good word for it. Yeah, it's like a mouthful of very herbal, bitter liqueur. But also this drink is not super duper strong, which is nice. Okay, so we're just gonna shake that up. And it says shake it for 10 seconds. That's pretty fast. At MagFest. That was 2 years ago at MagFest. She was dressed up as Princess Peach and she'd never had one before. And she sat down next to us and she was like, oh, this cocktail, it's like bright red. It's like so pretty. I was like, oh, it's a Negroni. Oh, good luck. You might not like it. All right, so, yeah. And then she, the look on her face was like, I just drank the most foul concoction. I was like, yeah, they're kind of bitter. Okay, so here we go. I'm on camera. So this is the stuff. It says to pour half, so just pour like that much of it in there. All right, that's the bitterness juice. I wouldn't put that in my mouth directly. It's very different, yeah. And if you get like what's the one that I had at Ellie's? The grapefruity? Yeah, they're like herbal, but yeah. And then you're supposed to top it with, they say blood orange soda. I'm just using orange soda. I don't have blood orange soda. It's just orange soda. So that should be good. And then I actually did go ahead and cut orange peels to go ahead and garnish that. So not a great orange peel, but I'm not a bartender. So there you go. Not bad. All right, now I'm gonna drink it. Now I'm gonna actually drink this. See if I like the Campari with it. Yeah, it's a good looking drink. Yeah, so this is what they call the Aura Soul Spark. Yeah, all right. My cocktail glass is a little different from theirs. It's kind of wider, but good. It's a good glass. It's got a little bit of orange peel in it. All right. Cheers. Oh, I like this. It's good. It's not the blood orange soda, so it's not very sour, but the bitterness adds like a certain, I don't know, depth to it, I guess. All right, this is not a bad use of that bitter liqueur. Mixing it with orange isn't bad. It comes out all right. Now there's also cherry in that. It's like half sherry, half Campari. Yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, we'll keep that one in rotation. Now I gotta move. Now I gotta move my soda. Take my soda back. I'll just leave it aside for now. Get a little soda in the shot. All right, now it's time to make the pierogis. For this, I'm gonna want another bowl to land the pierogis in. So let me just move this stuff out of the way to do that. And there's a lot of me getting up and sitting down, which is why I did not bother with the VTuber. is you roll them out, and then I got my little biscuit cutter that I'm gonna use to cut it's not really exactly round because it's like for biscuits and stuff, but we're gonna use that to make the pierogi. We're gonna cut them out, and then we're gonna crimp them on the edges and fill the filling, and then make sure that they stick. Probably should get another thing of water so that I can paint the edges with the water. It looks like we're gonna hit ads in a few minutes, so I'll go ahead and let the ads run. I'm gonna go pick up some water from and these are gonna be, this is my, where the pierogis are done, they're gonna go in this bucket. Just move that. Put them in this bucket. Right here, off to the side. And then they're gonna get boiled because they gotta be cooked just like pasta. And then they get fried up a little bit. And then you eat them. So they really don't take that long to make, actually. They're just a lot of steps. All right, so I'm gonna be right back with a little water to crimp the edges, and then I'm just gonna roll them out and make them. Going back to the pierogis recipe in the book. Yeah, you guys are in ads right now. Thanks for sitting through them. If you don't hear me, you'll be back in a few minutes. All right. Oh, I'm trying not to get the book too wet, but it's a cookbook. They're inevitably going to get a little messed up. It's just how it is. Okay. So next step. Roll the dough out to 1/4 inch thickness and cut the dough using a cutter, which I happen to have here. And then we are going to place a tablespoon of the filling at the center of the dough piece, wet the finger with water, wet the edges of the dough, fold over the one edge, press the edges together, repeat until you use all the dough and most of the filling. And I think it's not going to be most of the filling, but it should be a reasonable amount of the filling, I think, will be used. So now I just got to make a little filling station over here. The challenge of doing this on my own. Not enough surface. Not have to reference the book for the short term, so I can. That'll work. Make sure you're not using a genocide cutter. What? Yeah. No. This is Colin's recipe. You guys remember Colin? The notable, beloved Street Fighter character Colin? I don't know why they gave her one of the best recipes in the book, but they did. Because this is good shit. Blonde, generic blonde woman number Street Fighter 5 had like so many blonde women in it. Not if there's anything wrong with that. Maybe she'll be back. Maybe she'll be back in a future installment of Street Fighter. Maybe she'll be back in 6, I don't know. 6 is what are they adding? Alex is coming next? Right? Am I right? Oh, Ariane mentioned SNK before the stream. Can we rant about SNK for a second? How are we feeling about that? They dropped the new heel turn Alex. Yeah. They dropped the new stuff for the new King of Fighters, and it looks like bad. It looks like AI slop. I don't know why they decided to do that. They're like, hey, we got Geese Howard. Okay, everybody loves Geese. No, never mind. Throw him back. Oh, you didn't see that yet? Doesn't look good. Yeah, it's kind of, it's like the corpse of SNK is a bit bad. Or since they got bought out by that company that's like, let's add soccer players to and soccer players and DJs to, it looks bad. Yeah, it looks bad. And it's like sad because who doesn't love a geese? Yeah, who doesn't love a geese? But unfortunately, yeah, it looks bad. Unfortunately. They're burning through that Saudi bank money. Like, and making just the most slop. looking final fight. Oh. All right, I'm gonna turn this so I can get like a different angle on it here. See, I need to roll this out thin because the last time I made these, they were like a little bit too fucking thick. Not that thick is bad, but you want like a nice, you know, I can always roll it out more. Like I can always just cut a couple and then roll out flatter, right? You don't want to overwork it too much after it's set up, so you gotta be careful. The game did not sell very well to begin with, but they did not play. They did play for seasons of content, yeah. Yeah. The drop did not look. The new drop did not look good. It looks like AI art was involved somehow. I don't know. I don't know if everybody's actually officially said that, but it doesn't look good. So we're glad the final fight Mark of the Wolves type characters can end up in Street Fighter, so we don't have to, you know, they got my girl Mai in Street Fighter now, so that's a game that I haven't played in ages. I kept thinking that I was gonna play it more, but then like it's hard. It's a hard game, but also it's on the PlayStation, so I have to set the PlayStation up to be on the LAN, because if you're not gonna be if you're like a Wi-Fi warrior on PlayStation, Capcom should just buy Rugal specifically. Capcom should just buy all of those characters. They're Street Fighter characters now. Okay. I'm gonna grab, I think that's probably rolled out thin enough on this side, and then I'm just gonna roll this out thinner after I get a couple pierogis out of this, so we're just gonna go ahead and, I don't know about all, there's some duds. Yeah, that's true. But you don't have to, if you buy the character, you don't have to use them. They're just there in case you decide you want to use them, right? Like, you don't have to be, they can't all be winners. Street Fighter has some dud characters. Street Fighter has some characters that nobody's that fond of. Oh, see, I should have put more flour down because it's going to be kind of sticky. The duds are important too. Yeah, the duds are important too. This isn't like Timmy cards in Magic where it's just the character you don't pick, because like any dummy character in Street Fighter is going to be somebody's favorite. Yeah, Street Fighter does have Spirit and Heart. Yeah, exactly. So not so much the SNK duds, you think? The SNK duds do not have Spirit and Heart. I play fighting games for the story. I like the lore. I'm a big fighting game lore nerd. I know that's really pathetic, but me. Okay, so next, you take the pierogi and you put a spoonful of the filling inside that pierogi. Take the mashed potato. Reading the instruction. Wet your finger with water. Wet the edge of the dough. Okay. I take the mashed potato. Ingrid, yes. You know, I was not really like an Ingrid fan, but then I saw how mad people got when they saw her get announced, and then I was like, oh, that's funny. Okay, I like her now. Just seeing people get all mad about her made me kind of turn around a little bit on her, because it was very funny how people were like, oh, these people aren't fun. Okay. Like, I mean, I have to, oh, so that's too much filling. That was too much filling. That I need not have that much. See, this is the problem that I run into with these, is I put too much filling in them. And then they don't have enough space to close. All right, well, that's going to be like my first pierogi. That's probably not going to come out very good, but that's okay. You get a dud. You know what? It's probably going to be fine, actually. It looks super cute, even though I overfilled it a little bit. Look at that. That's actually good, even though I overfilled it. Last Fighters have a long canceled project. Yeah, that's true. Just kind of like a leftovers, you know? You may as well let your ancient characters all get a little spotlight time. I'm gonna fold that. See, I think I've got too much potatoes like leaking out the corner. I gotta stretch these out a little bit. Okay, that's looking good though. That's looking cute. And you gotta just like pinch your edges shut a little bit. This is why I like the ruffled cutter, even though you could just use a round cutter, but I like how like really it comes out. Like, isn't that cute? All Alright, so this is gonna be the most of the stream. Most of the stream is gonna be me doing this. But that's what you're here for, right? Like, you're here to just watch me fill pierogis with potato for the rest of the hour. Like how Stegosaurus it is, and they're a little spiky. They got a little spiky going on. I need to roll them out flat so that I... World Tour would already kind of made because that's true. Man, I wish I liked World Tour more. I really wanted to get into it and like play the shit out of World Tour, but then like it's so hard and grindy, and I wish I liked it more. I wish I had more fun playing World Tour. I gotta just sit on the couch and play it someday. You're here to vouch and then steal the food? Steal that food. The food. Gonna take this and roll it out further. Make it nice flat, and then get some more pierogis out of it. It's hard and grindy, doesn't have payoff. Yeah, exactly. Like there's kind of like the only payoff is like, oh, you can learn more lore, but it's not the same as like learning story, and the costume pieces are lame, and your avatar in it looks lame. That's what I think is the most unforgivable, is that your avatar looks lame. Like they just, for some reason, it's like really hard to make a cool looking character in World Tour. It's really easy to make a goofy, shitty looking character in World Tour. That's easy. But like they made it hard to get like the outfit pieces and stuff in there. And then when you do get them, they don't look good on you. Like I tried to make my character look like my VTuber and she just looks like shit. And I was like, never mind. It just looks stupid. She makes weird faces. She like grimaces all the time. You pick up like Blanca's style and then you like do these really crazy like emotes. It's so wish it was better. I think it's a good idea in theory, but like the way it's implemented is not good. And I'm mad about it because you know what I really like is I like getting texts from my Street Fighter friends. I love getting texts from Ryu when he's confused and he's like, I don't know how phones work. That's awesome. I want a game that's just like getting texts from Ryu and Chun-Li and everything. They're all my friends and we all hang out. I also don't like that the World Tour doesn't make you feel particularly cool. Like, I get that I'm still early and I really didn't get that far in it, to be honest. Why are you being, oh man, is wonderful? Ryu's wonderful. I love Ryu. I love grizzled Ryu. He's so great. Like, I get your character is supposed to be like a trainee, so they're just learning, so like they're not cool, and like the feature characters, as we say, are cool, and those are the people that you're gonna want to emulate, so like they make you lame so that you have somebody to like look up to and feel mentored by. But like, I don't like feeling like a lameoid. Just in general, I don't like feeling like I suck as a character and that I trip over stuff. Also annoys me the way last stuff Monster Hunter is some motherfucker with decisions whose priorities are fucked up. Yeah. What's the stuff in Monster Hunter specifically that annoys you? Because like, Wilds is the Monster Hunter game that I have actually given like the most playtime to at this point. Just because it was like, I wanted to gun through the whole single player mode so that I could multi. And then once I did that, I didn't see any real reason. I'm just adding a little more dough here. Apart. I didn't see any real reason to continue playing the game. Like it felt like they just didn't give me a reason to keep playing it. I was gonna play it when they added the Final Fantasy stuff, and then I just kind of forgot. I should have more downtime to game over the next couple of weeks, because I'm not like prepping for anything major in my life. Notice that they made this one. That's not why it runs like shit. I did hear this one. Yes. Yes, apparently it doesn't run like shit because of the graphics. It doesn't run like shit because of the characters. It doesn't run like shit because of the monster AI. It runs like shit because apparently, allegedly, supposedly, Monster Hunter Wilds runs like shit because it's doing a super aggressive check to see if you have the DLC. And it checks all the time to see if you have the DLC. And there's like $200 worth of DLC. Insane, so weird and funny. If this is true, it's very fucking funny. So it's checking all the time to see what DLC you have installed, and if you don't have DLC installed, it runs like ass. That's what it said. That's what they said. and that somebody basically cracked it to think they had all the DLC. And if you crack it to think it has all the DLC, all the performance issues stop. And it stops running like trash. So they might be able to patch it to like not run like complete dog shit, but it actually right now like does run like dog shit. And it's just kind of a problem. It kind of sucks. And you get to play Monster Hunter. I mean, I liked Rise, all right. But I didn't get that deep into it. And it's hard now because anybody, I mean, except for Patwer, who has been very patient trying to teach me how to play Monster Hunter, which I am grateful for, even though sometimes I don't seem like I am, but I am. But like anybody who got into Rise like a while ago is really far in the game. And I feel like so boring being like, I've only got like 4 monsters unlocked. Could you just like, can we just do the easy ones? Because those are the only ones I have unlocked. I like Hammer though. Yeah, Hammer is great. Hammer is fun. Okay, so I lied about these not taking a long time to make because actually this part takes a long time to make. Love to kill easy monsters? I know, that's what I keep hearing. Nobody's gonna be mad. They love to kill easy monsters. I know, but like, I feel like I'm being boring. I feel like I'm being like your little dumb sister. I don't like that feeling. I feel like I'm being like really boring. Like, sorry, there's only like 6 monsters I have unlocked. But I'll play Wilds with people because I actually did unlock everything in Wilds. Well, everything up to the regular end game. I don't know what they've added since I stopped playing it. Yeah, and I like the hammer because it's easy. All you do is hit the monster in the head. There's no thought to it. I could be stoned off my ass and just like, yeah. Hit the monster in the head, no problem. These are fun pierogis? Yeah, they're fun. I mean, they do take a while. This part of the process takes a while because you gotta fold a little, you know, you gotta make the little envelope in the pot. And then you fill the pot. I'm gonna fill the pot with water and boil the pot. Boil the pierogis in the pot. And then hopefully not that many of them burst open. If that bug really is the bug and I can reliably stream it, yeah, maybe. If they actually fix the game, maybe you can come back to streaming it. Because I know, like, Monster Hunter is absolutely Patwer's jam. And if you are doing it, like, in a place where I could co-op with you, then I will do that. Because I can't, I know that, like, there's gear scores and stuff, but, like, I won't be that far behind you. Of whatever you're up to. Because I played the base game, at least. I hope that is the bug. I hope they fix it. Because I do feel like the game had the potential to be a lot of fun. It doesn't run very well, to put it mildly. A little bit large, so stretch it out a little bit. Minor Griefs, I don't play it because I need a whole ritual to run it yet. I have a really good PC, so like I don't struggle with it too much running it, but it still doesn't run great even on my computer. So if it's not running great on my computer, I can only imagine how bad it runs on most people's like normal computers, because my computer was built last year, so well, I guess 2 years ago. I'm gonna have to upgrade it. Or I need to add another hard drive to it because it's starting to fill. But I can uninstall stuff. The biggest thing is that video editing takes a lot. According to this guy, found a dog dragons on my glitch, told him to fix, and they actually did it, and said the glitch never said the glitch existed. Okay, well, so this guy might be the guy who knows how to fix Capcom's broken janky shit. Then he might be the man who understands the plan of how to fix Capcom's busted shit. I actually have Dragon's Dogma 2 as well, and it actually looks fun as hell. It's one of those games that I've had in my backlog for a while now. It actually looks extremely fun because it looks very, I don't want to say broken. It looks very chaotic. It looks very chaotic. People got so mad about the stuff in that game because it kind of screws you a lot of the time, but like, as long as you're willing to roll with it being that way, I think it'd be really fun to play. once I get back into regular weekend streaming, it's going to be a little spotty for a while because I've got a lot of stuff going on RL. But it's always good to touch grass and leave the house. Sometimes. I know not everybody wants to do that, but power down here while I roll this out. Try to make as much use out of this dough as I can. We're getting crusty junk. Capcom is... I mean, I could talk for a long time about Mega Man, and I probably should, even though I've talked for a long time about Mega Man in the past, but... They really don't... Yeah, exactly. They really don't... I don't want to say don't care. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. I don't think they know that there's fans of these properties in the West that want more content. I think they just know that, like, hey, we've got Resident Evil that scales up very well to, like, a photorealistic kind of graphical style. And we've got Monster Hunter that scales up very well to a photorealistic graphic style. And we have this game engine that is very, very, very good at this style of art. Like the RE engine does a very good job with the style of stuff that it does, right? Like, the character animations look really good. They looked really good in DMC 5, which is, at this point, kind of an older game. Like, it's been around, it's crazy to think, but it's been around, what, 8 years now? That launched? And, like, it looks great, you know? As far as the characters look great, and like the animations look great, like everything in that game looks fucking great. Like, RE engine is a very cool fucking video game engine. But it doesn't have like, and I mean, they make other stuff in RE engine that isn't the same art style. So it's not like, there's no precedent for like doing cartoony stuff. But I don't think they're willing to take Mega Man in that direction from an artistic standpoint. And then I think as a result of that, they don't really know how to make it like a serious franchise. Am I talking shit? Like, because I feel like it's a serious franchise to all the fans who are invested in it. Like, go to a fucking Proto Man concert, they're like taking it very fucking seriously, like in a fun way, like not in a lame way, but like it's a very serious story. But the games are very dinky. Like, the games that they released are like very dinky. And in general, has a bit of a disposable culture, so retro stuff gets ignored over new problems. Well, I don't know if it's... I think that just makes sense in general. Like, of course people are going to do whatever the hot thing is that makes money. They're very aware they no longer have a Mega Man team. Yeah. And also, like, you could think of that game as just a platformer, but I feel like it's more of a setting that you can do other stuff with besides platforming, and that, like, the 2D platforming is just one direction you could take. Because in the past, they've had, like, other styles of games that use Mega Man characters. They did Mega Man Soccer. They did Battle and Chase. They did, like, a bunch of stuff. You know, they've done a bunch of RPGs, right? Battle Network, Command Mission. They did Legends. Like, there's a lot of, like, things you can do with that setting that aren't the same style of game. But I feel like they're locked in lately to, like, Mega Man's a platformer. And you run and you jump and you shoot. And you don't do anything else with this character or franchise. And it's weird. Or should Mega Man May Cry? I'm telling you, there should be. I mean, there should be like an actual 3D, like, Mega Man game. I mean, they could do it. They could figure out how to do it. This is me backseat quarterbacking here a little bit, but, you know, smart. I know what's going on. Come on, about like Command Mission. They spent actually, yeah, Command Mission's great. Well, we were talking at MagFest, like, all of us, like, a bunch of us were sitting in a circle. Like, if you had the license, what would you make? And we were all like, another Command Mission. I would make another Command Mission. Because you can do more with this setting. You could make a modern Command Mission, too. Like, you could take, like, the idea of it being, like, a 3D RPG, and you could modernize the UI. You could have, like, more, not necessarily even change, like, the way the character designs are done, because they always have a very specific look. But I think you could make, like, like the environments could be like RE engine renders, you know? Like you could do like some really good environments, I think. Characters who are X's on X of melee weapons, these guns is nothing but guns, but the guns are varying ranges and 0 is just 0. You could do that, yeah. Okay, that one got a little squishy. I think the dough was too thick on that one. I'd say Slayer Obscure has proven the turn-based RPGs have room to live, but I think it may be a statistical outlier. Yeah, it's possible. Slayer Obscure is an outlier and should not be counted, I think. Alright, this one is kind of falling apart a little bit. I didn't roll the dough out. That's okay. They're not all gonna be winners. You wanna like, yeah, that's good. You wanna stretch it out a little bit. People love Clair Obscure. Turn-based RPGs aren't dead. People are just, you know, turn-based RPGs are good because not everybody has the reflexes to do an action game. And like, I feel, so every decade or so, they change like what the prestige genre is. Do you understand what I mean? Like prestige, the prestige genre of games, like what the big games of the year are going to be. Every decade or so that changes up, right? So it used to be that like the only major games that we know about are 2D platformers like Mario, you know, and then they kind of started doing like top down like Zeldas and stuff like that. And then for a while it was 3D adventure games like Ocarina, and then there was the era of the prestige FPS. So it was like your BioShocks, you know, on all, and then that became like the thing for a while. The old campaign prestige FPS where like everybody had to make some kind of FPS with a story and with a skill tree, and you know, they're kind of doing like ImSim stuff with them, but it was pretty much all like first person shooter stuff, you know. People are huge babies about turn-based games. I don't think people even are. I think it's a myth that people don't like turn-based games. I think people do like turn-based games. And I think every once in a while, somebody just appears that goes, turn-based RPGs are dead, they don't sell. And there's like no evidence to back that claim at all. Like, I think they're just making that up. Baldur's Gate 3 was a turn-based RPG, tactical style, but still. And that sold really well and did really well. And then like Final Fantasy is not going to be turn-based anymore because that is dead. Nobody wants turn-based games. Are you sure about that? Really? As a fellow Gachapon nerd, I think you need to add like more little details to characters like that too, because it's fun. I think people just make that up, that the turn-based is dead, because I think people like turn-based games. Not everybody has the reflexes. Some people get motion sick playing shooters and are glad that the era of the prestige shooter has gone the way of the dodo, because I personally gotten pretty motion sick playing shooters sometimes. Especially the really pretentious ones. The more pretentious a shooter is, the more likely I'm gonna get sick playing it. TBH. And then that seems weird, but it's because they take your guns away. And then I can't see what's going on the screen. Give me something like a Doom 2016, like a boomer shooter. I'm fine. I'm totally fine, because I move around. I have control over my environment. I'm just shooting guys. I'm blowing guys up. It's not a problem. But make me like walk very slowly with no gun through a sequence where you expect me to like cry. And I'm just like, I'm gonna die. I'm like, I can't do this. I can live, I mean, to the investor class. Yeah, that's true. God, investors ruin everything. We need to stop having investors. Did money just come from somewhere else? Do we find some other way to have games be made with money? I mean, Kickstarter was a thing for a while, right? But then that era is kind of over now. The big Kickstarters. I feel like Silk Song was the last. Did they kickstart? Was that a Kickstarter, Silk Song? Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe they just, that wasn't even a Kickstarter, right? They just made it till it was, they just worked on it till it was done? I don't know, I'm not a Hollow Knight person. Somebody else tell me. And they just worked on it till it was done, right? Inhale. They like... It was very, very, very delayed, but I think that the reason it took so long was just because they were enjoying making it. It was a stretch goal. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay. I knew it was something with Kickstarter. It was supposed to be DLC for Hollow Knight, and then they decided to make it a whole second game because they just wanted to make it. So it was part of the original Hollow Knight Kickstarter, but Hollow Knight made more money, so they just decided to make it. They just decided to take their... Yeah, okay. Capital investors will try to give up their humanity. Yeah, that's kind of real. That's kind of true. Okay, that story makes sense. That's how I remember it going. The original Hollow Knight was a Kickstarter, and then they said, hey, we're gonna do an extra chapter. And then the extra chapter turned out to be a whole second game that was like the Lost Levels. It was like Hollow Knight: The Lost Levels. It's not even like a... Are you sure these people are agitated about long goals because there's going to start some obligation? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I guess I get it. I get it. They had to finish it because they promised they were going to finish it. But, I mean, it's not like Kickstarters have never... There's Kickstarters that have never materialized. So it's not like, you know, but I get it. I mean, but I think we have gotten past that era of, like, extremely hype Kickstarters. Because it used to be, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago... It'd be like, oh my god, you guys have to back this Kickstarter. These really important game devs are making this thing and they're trying to fund it independently. And like, that was a whole era, right? But I think there's been too many of like people not doing a good job with their big Kickstarters. And people got mad and stopped believing. Star Citizen, that isn't even Kickstarter, is it? They're doing their crowdfunding on their own. On their own website, right? Not that I'm at all interested. I don't condone Star Citizen. I think they've stolen too much money. Yeah, it's their own crowdfunding. That way they can sell you like spaceships, like all independently of the Kickstarter thing, so they never have to actually finish the game. I mean, I know that the game is like playable because I know people play it. So it's not like they did not release a game. But the same space, but it's legit? No, it's not. It's not because they're still crowdfunding it. They still sell like pictures and pings and stuff. I just inhaled the orange peel. Maybe not the best choice. There's enough big Kickstarter fairs the bubble deflated. Yeah, there was enough high profile like we are gonna make this indie game, we promise, and then those games didn't materialize. Like there was enough of those where people stopped getting hype for Kickstarters. Not that people don't still use it, but I think that there was definitely like a less enthusiasm about it from people who had previously been burned and were like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Spiritual successor. I think you have to do spiritual successors though. Like as much as that can be annoying to hear, I think you do have to do it because I think there's no other way to like evolve. Because you might not necessarily own the IP that you want to make a thing like, right? But you still want to, like, IP is like so fraught. This is why I'm kind of more in favor of like IP anarchy. Like I feel like you should just be able to use IPs. I think people should be able to make like, I'm not saying like steal, but I feel like IP should be more flexible. Like I feel like fan stuff should be allowed more. I don't know. I think people just want to play in your world. I don't usually manage to evolve the thing. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. You do have to bring something new to the table, right? You can't just say, I'm making a spiritual successor, and then don't do anything good new with it. You don't actually success. You just make the thing again. Yeah. Bloodstained is just another game. It's just another Metroidvania. Another Igavania, I guess they want to call it Igavania. So I'm trying to roll this like really flat so that I can get, first of all, so I can get more pierogi out of it, but second of all, because I think they just work better if they're really flat. Some people want more Igavanias, others don't. Some people say search action. Did you watch that? Critical Kate, friend of the show, did a video about like who was the first person to say Metroidvania. It's a really good video. It's only 20 minutes. She's doing a whole series about platform adventures, which isn't like, she's not trying to like replace the word Metroidvania. Igavania is the same as Metroidvania. It just doesn't say Metroid in it. It's the same thing as saying Metroidvania. It's just that when you say Igavania, you're removing Metroid from it, which makes the Castlevania purists happier. And also is like not copyrighted because like Vania by itself could mean anything. I live in Pennsylvania, right? But Metroid is a pretty specific thing. So they're trying to remove the like Nintendo copyright from it so that it can be a more genericized term. Well, I've said this before, but like why I'm not into like Hollow Knight is because I don't like it when my Metroidvania is too long. I lose the plot and I don't know why I'm playing the game anymore. I like my Metroidvanias like of a reasonable scale. Otherwise, I just am like, I'm lost. I don't know why I'm doing this anymore. You can play the single Castlevania or Hollow Knight. My favorite Castlevania is the one that's not a Metroidvania. It's Castlevania 4, which is just a straightforward 2D platformer with discrete levels. And that's the one that I like the best of all the Castlevanias. Although I did enjoy Symphony of the Night. I streamed that one a while ago off my PlayStation. Like a couple years ago. And I had a good time with it. It was the first time I played it. I had fun with it. Those were pretty good streams. But I liked Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth. That one's pretty solid. It's short. It's kind of Castlevania-ish. Stars a girl, which is always nice. Stars Deedlit specifically, which is nice. I like Deedlit. But I mean, Super Metroid is the one to play. Super Metroid is one of the greatest games of all time. You get to play as a girl in that, too. I got ultra lost in the beginning. I just think the game is like really long. And I'm stuck for 4 hours, so I can figure out how to go. Yeah, the game is really long too. Like if you got stuck for a long time in it, you're not gonna like the experience of playing the rest of it because there's just so much game there. And for me, I don't like that they take that long. I would like to like know what my goal is. So one of the things that's nice about Super Metroid is it's like pretty obvious what you're trying to do. And I like that about it. I don't feel like I'm confused about what I'm trying to do in that game. Some of these games, I'm very confused about what I'm trying to do. Like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? I'm just exploring, but I don't really know what it is I'm looking for. I don't like that feeling much. I like exploring, but I don't like exploring aimlessly. I like exploring with some kind of goal in mind. So Super Metroid, it's pretty straightforward what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying... Skill issue, I fear? Yeah, that's true. Maybe. Maybe it's just an issue. Maybe it's just a matter of taste, though, Power. Have you considered that? Matter of taste. But I did like Symphony of the Night. And that one's fun. It's not super, super, super long. And it's obvious what you're trying to do. Kill Dracula. Like, it's not obvious how, but it's obvious what, and that's all I need. Oh, skill issue getting lost for 4 hours instantly. Oh, skill issue getting lost in Hollow Knight. Not Shovel Knight. You can't get lost in Shovel Knight. I didn't get lost in Hollow Knight. Like when I played it, I didn't get lost. I just was like, what's the point? What am I trying to do and where am I trying to go? I just got bored. Like I actually got bored. Because I was just like, I don't understand what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm just wandering around in these caverns and there's stuff to look at and there's lots of shiny things, but like, to what end? It just wasn't clear to me what my overall ultimate goal was. And I need to like know. Like, that's why I keep falling out of Owlboy, man. Like, I played it twice now and every time I'm like, yeah, but what am I trying to do? Like, what? This game is so attractive and the characters are really cute. What is the point of it? I think every video game should tell me, like, Maybe, you know, you can have like a fake final boss, like that's fine. Like you can have a whole fake ending and have a different final act. I played Final Fantasy VI. Heck, the end of Final Fantasy VI was a Kickstarter stretch goal, right? You can have that in the game. That's fine. Like I don't care if there's like a secret boss, a secret ending, and a swerve. I just want to know like kind of what my mission is. Like what is kind of my mission? Like, and if it's just like, if it's all like short term, oh now go here, now go there, I just lose the bigger picture. There needs to be like a bigger picture. Like, oh, you're trying to do this because you're trying to, you know, rescue your sister, save your village, or whatever. Give me something to like be the goal of the game. You can't just throw me in a place and be like, oh, I'll figure it out. It had juice, but not game juice. Yeah. It was so cute, too. It was such an attractive game, and I keep being mad that I fell out of it. It's just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Super Metroid is very simple. Baby Metroid, stolen. Go get the baby. All right. I got a mission. I got to go get my baby. Done. I understand. I understand the stakes. They kidnapped the baby. Mega Man X, also very straightforward. Very comprehensible. I gotta do something about these robots. Okay, great. Easy. There's Mavericks. You gotta fight them. Cool. But Hollow Knight is kind of like, here you are in a place, and there's like a bunch of cool stuff to look at, and you're this guy, and you're wandering around. Having a great day? I am having a great day, although it's taking forever for me to make my dinner. Well, it's not taking that long. These are almost done, actually. These are almost done. This is like this, and then there's one more wad of dough after this. I gotta roll this out like really flat, though, so that I can have the maximum amount of pierogi goodness. There will be leftover filling, but that's okay because I can always just make another batch of the dough. The problem, too, is the more that you work with this, the more it, like, gets very stiff, which means it doesn't roll out as thin, which means I've got to, like, give it a little stretch. It's a little bit glutinous. I've only got one more wad of dough over here in the corner. And, you know, they aren't all going to be good. They aren't all going to be winners. Some of them are going to look bad. Okay. Oh, there's a piece of potato I didn't mash adequately. Let's mash that. It's a cheesy potato filling for anybody who's coming in late. And we're just putting that cheesy potato filling in the middle of the dough here. Fold it up into these little pockets. It's weird because if you're a gamer, you know, which we're talking about video games this whole time, so I think we're all mostly some flavor of gamer, whether you identify as a gamer or whether you just play video game. We tend to be interested in retro and story games and games with single player modes and all that shit. But I posted this the other day. The actual industry, like all of the top 5 games on PlayStation are the same top 5 games that were the top 5 games on PlayStation last year. It's Call of Duty, which whatever Call of Duty is, the new Call of Duty is the one people are playing. I don't know. A Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, right? GTA 5 Online. Roblox, Fortnite. And what's it? Is it Madden? Is Madden the other one? And that's it, right? That's it. Those are the only games people play. Minecraft. Minecraft is the game I was not thinking of, but obviously Minecraft. And that's it. That's all people play. So it's sad because, like, we care, and I'm not saying anything bad about Minecraft, and we got some Minecraft fans here, but like, I don't say anything bad about Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto either. Like, if those are your games, like, play them. I will shit on Roblox though. Fuck Roblox. It's exploitive. Maybe Nikki is more or less a walking sim. You see the Wii Archer acquired 2 versus walking sim you paid like $10 for? Yeah. So like those 5 games are the games that make that like are the most popular games in the world that everybody is playing. And if you're a person who wants a bigger variety of games in the world, all the executives are looking at this stuff, like the people who invest in stuff, and they're like, why should we bother making new, creative, exciting video games when these 5 games are the only ones the average person knows about or plays? And it's a bummer because there's this whole rich world of stuff that is not going to get invested in, is not going to get funded. Everybody's chasing that, you know, that very small market of that very handful of games. Obviously, there are games out there that make a lot of money without being those titles, like Gacha, for example. Like MiHoYo makes tons and tons of money. Tons of money off simps like me who want to roll for our waifus. But, yeah. Aside from that, it's basically just those major games that people are playing and talking about. Need to make the next Balatro. Balatro is absolutely a fluke that got as popular as it did. And a lot of people have tried to clone it, but like, the thing about Balatro is if you're not really a gamer, it's still video poker. It's just a weird video poker, so it's very comprehensible. Like if Balatro is your first video game in a long time, you can pick it up and be like, okay, I understand the shape of this. It's poker. It's got playing cards. You know, not everybody knows poker hands, but if you do, you pretty much understand how to play the game. And I don't know that that's like, it's not as easy for some other titles. I mean, it was really cool that it popped off the way it did because, first of all, just seeing the success of like a single dev with a passion project, I always love that. I'm big on like auteur games made by single devs and small teams. And part Balatro already happened. You can listen. Well, yeah, exactly. You have to have another new big idea that's completely different. And like, it's hard to come up with new big ideas, right? And a lot of people's like passion projects are overscoped. Like I used to teach game design. A lot of people will have their passion project of like, this is the RPG that I want to make, and it's got 18 characters, and it's like, I get it, I know, but like, the thing about that game is that the scope is very manageable for a single developer. And that's one of the reasons that it came out as good as it did. Because you have to manage your expectations when you're a solo dev. And I mean, there's the occasional fluke, right? Like Stardew Valley. Huge fluke. There's not the infinite storm of money. Yeah, you'll still get it. I think you can still make a decent game with that premise, but yeah. It's not gonna get Game of the Year awards, but like Ball Pit, that was solid. That's kind of a Vampire Survivors pick 3. It's got some store stuff in it. Nubby's Number Factory is a Balatro. Right? It's a Plinko Balatro. Isn't that what it is? Yeah, that's true too. Among Us released earlier and then it just kind of blew up because it blew up. Amogus. It blew up because people were looking for like an easy party game. And then there's like the rise of friend slop, which a lot of people don't like the term friend slop, but I think friend slop is like a really good term because okay, this dough's gotten really stiff, so I'm just gonna like pull on it. Because that has been a big boon for some people. Like perfect term tells you exactly. Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's a perfect term. I think it's exactly what it is. Like, this is friend slop. This is how you farm friends. I think Scrubfiend was the first person to say friend slop to me, and I was like, yeah, that is what these games are. And then I realized that was like what everybody was calling it. Like, that was the term of art, actually. Somebody just said it in a tweet. But then I saw a lot of people get mad about that. They were like, those games aren't slop. That's not what slop means. No. Yeah. Exactly. People get stuck on reading a jargon. They're like, no, slop is when you make something with AI. No, that's not necessarily what it means. People do say AI slop a lot, but there's other ways to make a slop. Slop can also be delicious. Yeah, exactly. It's not derogatory. It's just, it is what it is. It's, you get your buddies together. You're slopping them up. You're making them sloppy steaks. There's definitely more filling. I always make too much. Not really, it's not that I make too much filling. It's that I make the damn pierogies thicker. I don't know if I get tired of making pierogies. Maybe too much potatoes. But it's okay. We're gonna make the pierogies and then I will just make more tomorrow with the leftover filling. This is potato slop. Oh my god, I just got it on my microphone. That's fine. This is potato slop. There's 50 of these games in the bucket. You'll figure out how to play it in 10 minutes. You will see most of what it has in 3 or 4 plays. You spent $20 at most. That's a good deal. Yeah, exactly. I think the fact that they're like a little bit disposable and flavor of the month is sort of part of it and is sort of part of the appeal because they're not necessarily deep games, right? Like these later pierogies are getting really thick because the dough's been overworked, but that's okay. There's like larger pierogies now. These are coming along? Yeah, they're coming along. I've only got like maybe 6 or 7 more to do, and then I'm gonna throw them in the on the stove and cook them up. They're a little bit the latter ones are a little bit thicker because the dough kind of gets worked a little extra, but I'm trying not to make them too chunky because they're not good that way. For more pierogies. At the same time, they're always there. So if you want 3 boards, yeah, exactly. Guess it's peak today, right? And if you've got like a handful of friends that you're like, oh, what do you guys want to do? Oh, I don't know. You could just be like, okay, well, what friend slops do you have? Oh, I've got repo. Okay, cool. Like the fact that it's just like easy to learn is important. Like I've played so many like board games with people. Like I played a lot of board games with people, and board games can get so complicated. Like, if you've got friends over and you're like, hey, you guys want to play a game? And then the games you have are like fucking Euro. It's like, I don't know if I have the patience to play this. Like, I'll never forget that one New Year's Eve, a bunch of us sat down to play, this was back when I was like gaming with my old D&D group. A bunch of us sat down to play Arkham Horror. And we were drinking while we were playing Arkham Horror, right? So we were doing shots and shit because it was New Year's Eve. We got 2 turns around the board in Arkham Horror, and like my buddy is like, "Oh, let's add some of the expansions." So it wasn't even us playing like the default game; it was us playing it with like 2 expansions stapled on it, and drinking tequila and shit at the same time. That was not going to happen. I mean, we made it around 2 turns, and we're like, "I'm lost and confused. Can we just like do something else?" Board games are hard. It was Maximum German board game. And it wasn't even, it was Arkham Horror, which is actually more accessible than some of these other games. But like, forget it. If you're having shots and shit, you're not going to make it through a round of Arkham Horror with fucking expansion packs stapled to it. Like, I'll play that Red Dragon Inn with people because that's easy pick up and play while you're drinking game. But I don't want a complicated game. ProZD board game video. I don't want a complicated game. I just got caught up with the, speaking of complicated games, I just got caught up with the Eye Patch Wolf Dokapon Kingdom arc. That was funny as shit. I did not watch his streams of that. Oh my god, that game is sadistic, dude. That game is like he's like he just titled the video, like the roundup video of it, The Cruelest Game, and I was like, okay. I know you said it before about like fear and hunger. What is it this time? And then Wooly, I don't know if you guys have watched Eye Patch Wolf. We watched Eye vs. Wolves. So Wooly pulls out Dokapon. I screamed. I was like, yes, you're correct. That is the cruelest game. And if you're not familiar with Dokapon Kingdom, I've played it and it makes me want to die. It's so fucking mean. It's a Mario Party RPG where you level up and you can play a multiplayer if you hate your friends and want them to be mad at you. I'd rather have like, yeah, that's true. A lot of these games are only multiplayer as well, so it's kind of like, you know, you play them for a little while and then nobody plays them anymore. I think it's okay that they're a little disposable and faddish, though. You know, not everything is meant to last. I don't think that it's good for games to become, like, lost media. Like, I really get bummed when I hear about games, like, just disappearing or being taken off storefronts because, like, I don't have any, like, I don't have enough of this to make, like, a real proper pierogi, so I'm just gonna, like, fuck these up a little. That's a recommendation. You can play with friends if you want them to be mad at you, basically, yeah. Like, if you want your friends to be mad at you and be like, why did you make me do this? Dokapon Kingdom is the game. That game will piss off your friends. So some of these are going to be ugly because I don't feel like using the cutter. The game will piss off your friends and make them into your enemies for a little while. It's like Mario Party, but worse. Because you know how Mario Party is like... It's just like a board game. Like, you play it once and you're like, well, we got a little pissed at each other, but it's over now. Dokapon Kingdom is like a fucking campaign. Like, we got a little pissed at each other. See you next week. It's really long. It's like 8 Mario parties in a row. It's like playing Risk Legacy Mario Party. And it's the most sadistic shit I've ever heard of in my life. Mario Party had 15,000 turns. Yeah, exactly. So this is ugly. This is not going to be a good pierogi, but they cannot be winners. Yeah. Oh my god. I was just watching a video today where he was talking about dead internet theory, and he was like, you know, if you try to play like a 2013 COD now, it's just nothing but bots in the lobby because of the multiplayer is all fucked up now. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, obviously that game's not very well preserved. That's why I like what they did with City of Heroes, where they just went ahead and opened private servers, and then they just bought the license to keep running private servers because, I mean, it's not fair to just shut a community down just because you weren't making profit anymore. And I could get, I guess, why you would be like, well, goodbye, we don't need you anymore. But it just sucks to see, for people to have their, like, their home. I don't know, it is great, yeah. Exactly. I love that they just brought it back. They just brought it back. I don't know if some of you knew this already, but I had the private server infrastructure. I had it saved. I could have run the private server. I didn't, but I've had the files since the game shut down. There doesn't seem to be many examples of defunct MMOs. Yeah, there isn't. Could have been John Coming. I could have. I don't know that I would have known how to fire it up, but I have all the raws, because I have them on a hard drive. So I'm glad that somebody did it. I'm glad that somebody took the raws. They're one of those things that was like, I guess I would just say passed around among people who knew. So I have all the files. One of these days I want to do a stream going through those files, actually. I think it'd be really fun. Have I done that already? I don't think I have. There's all kinds of unreleased, like, lore stuff in there. There's, like, documents in there. There's, like, design docs. I think I might have gone through it at some point with some people. There's the design docs. There's, like, team photos. There's all kinds of funny shit in those files. Okay, so these are not going to be good, but, like, I don't want to waste the dough. We're just going to, like, make into, like... Oh, I see that? Yeah. We should do that at some point. I have a lot of, like, weird game dev artifacts because I used to teach game devs. People would, like, give me shit, like, raw dumps from stuff. Like, design docs and stuff. Like, as a teaching tool, that kind of thing is really useful to have. And I don't have anything like that from, like, any newer games because I don't teach anymore, but I used to have a lot of hookups that would give me shit, which was nice. Okay, so these are, like, the ugly pierogis that are like not gonna be good, but there's still gonna be food, and that's all that matters because I'm starving. So I'm just gonna fold this up into like a little dough wad here, and then I'm gonna do is these get boiled. Like we're gonna hit ads in a second. We're about to hit our second ad break, and these had to boil for like 3 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is go take these into the kitchen and boil them on the stove, and I'll be back in. I'm gonna actually hit the BRB button this time because I'll be gone for a minute while I cook these up. And then I'm gonna play them and bring them out. And we're gonna eat the pierogis. Well, I'm gonna eat the pierogis, and you're gonna watch me eat the pierogis. But if you were here, you could eat a pierogi. All right. I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit that BRB. Okay, I'm silly, but I forgot that it takes a few minutes for water to like boil. So I'm waiting for the water to boil. Unless you're gonna be eating at 7. Yeah. Whew. I have to wait for the water to boil. When the water's boiling, then I'll cook the pierogies in it, and then I will eat them. There is one thing that I did ahead of time, which is there's a topping that goes on this. It's a mushroom sauerkraut topping. I actually made that before stream because all you have to do is cook it up on the stove, and that way it's ready. So when I'm ready to serve, I will just dump it on top of the. Waiting for that to actually boil before I get up and put it in the boiling water. So let's chill here for a second and drink the rest of this cocktail. Hang out with you guys. Maybe another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll get up and do it. You are gonna hit ads though. At least a few of you are gonna hit ads. What dessert should I have with this? Ice cream, maybe. Maybe it's such a late dinner that I don't want dessert. I'll just eat a bunch of pierogis. But it's been fun hanging with you guys. I don't do these streams very often. And on Tuesday, I'm not gonna be streaming because I'm going to the birthday massacre. That'll be fun. So could take a break from streaming. If I get really bored, I might stream like Monday afternoon because it's a day off because I'm okay for the student states. And I'll just fire up something random. Watching the Cookbook was fun? Yeah, it's really fun to make. Do it at home. Try it at home. Oh, I was gonna show you guys the book. Let me show you guys the book. Hands are kind of... I guess I can just take the gloves off when I'm done with them. And my space is only a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I'll just tidy this up after the stream. I got some flour on my booba mouse pad. So the way this book is laid out, in case you're curious, is it's basically like by country. It's my actual hand. Oh, scary. It's basically by region. So they have it set up like there's a couple like prep stuff, like sushi rice. You can make the milk bread. I have made the Japanese milk bread. It is really good. It's very sweet and it makes like a really good French toast. I haven't actually done the fruit sando version of it that they have, but I've made the bread itself and it's really good. It makes like a good French toast. It's like tasty. It's good with like Nutella or peanut butter on it because it's a little bit sugary. And then they've got like how to make sushi rice, how to make spice blends, how to pickle onions, like little like accessory stuff. And then they get into the areas. So it's like North America. And then they show you, oh, I haven't made these before, but man, these look good. This is candy. IMO bars. That's a dessert. They got desserts in here. It's all mixed up for like type. Bacon sandwich is not like a complicated thing to make, right? There's Alex. Heel Alex is coming around. Alex is next. This is just like toast and bacon. It's not complicated. Some of them are cocktails. For Boxer, they have a cocktail. Mint, cherries, lemon, cherry juice, simple syrup, Bruin, Luxardo, and ice. So this is like a very cherry heavy cocktail. That's interesting. That sounds good though. I would fuck with that. This is a pressed sandwich. This is the North America stuff. Sonic Boom. They give that one to Charlie and not Guile, which is interesting. I love Nash though. He's good. This is like a honey ginger. This honestly looks like cough syrupy kind of. Scotch and lemon juice. Okay, that's almost like if you were sick. I feel. Cheesesteak. Philly cheesesteak. I mean, the Philly cheesesteak is easy enough to make. It just is do you make it correctly based on God gets oh my God. This is just a banana milkshake, which I have made, and it's delicious, but it's a banana milkshake. How could you go wrong? For some reason, for Crimson Viper, they have the chili cheese dog, which is very funny. She's Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess. They got, honestly, El Fuerte should be in here more because he's like actually a cook. They have a cocktail for him, and then they have a sandwich. Carne asada torta. Probably good, honestly. Like I said, the carnitas in here is really good. For Guile, they chose everything bagel as his thing. And I would love to make the everything bagel. I don't know why that's what they picked for Guile. It's a bit of an odd pull. That would be a Cody meal. Yeah, I kind of agree. Guile is, stick with me here. Guile's Air Force, I feel like he's very Midwest. You know, like, I feel like he's not really like an East Coast guy. I feel like he's kind of more of a Midwest guy. You eat a bagel, but he's not Mr. Bagels. Yeah, he's not a New York guy, is my feel. I feel like Guile's stage is like in Ohio. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's an Air Force guy. I don't know about the bagel. It's a weird pull for him, but I still would love to make it. I think it'd be really fun to make the everything bagel. Sea vipers not really chili cheese dogs. Yeah, Josh feels like hot dish. Yeah, he feels like hot dish. No, he's like very Midwest, right? He's almost like a little. He's like a good old boy, but not in a bad way, right? Like he's a country music guy, you know? Yeah. They also have a drink for him, which is like a iced coffee. Which I guess would go well with the bagel. They've given Guile the breakfast. He's a breakfast man, I guess. Croissants are too hard to make. There is a recipe for croissants in the Final Fantasy cookbook, and it's labeled as the hard. It's labeled as like hard level recipe. The iced coffee for God makes sense. He does not want to sit unless he has to. Yeah, that's how I feel about Guile. Yeah, like I feel like he has two versions. Yeah, it has the easy version and then the extreme. The extreme. I should try to make the croissant. I really want to, but it seems very hard. This is what they call a shoryuken. It's like a matcha ice cream sundae, which easy enough to make, although I don't know why that's a shoryuken. I don't know. I have matcha. I could make this very easily. I don't have adzuki beans, but I do have a good Asian market around here. Smash burgers for poison. I'm laughing that that's Ken's drink though. Ken's a matcha man. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. I feel like Ken would drink matcha. Do you feel like Ken is a matcha guy? He's a performative male. He's yeah. I feel like he's a matcha guy. I feel like he's one of those matcha guys. This is the carnitas. They're really good. I highly recommend that recipe. They've also got, so they go from the pineapple pound cake for a blanco, which is an interesting. I don't hate that. It's kind of interesting. Let's do something very Brazilian. Here we go. Grilled plantain. Yes, absolutely. I could think Brazil like a burger. Yeah, I agree. And then they go into the Africa and Middle East. So they got these grilled chicken wings for Elena, which are probably amazing. But very effortful. With Blanca, we're lucky it's cooked. Yeah. And then this is like a egg. Is this an egg? Oh yeah, this is an egg with tomato relish. That looks good. I'd fuck with that. Just an egg with tomato relish in it, like a alternative kind of deviled egg. Well, that looks insane. It's literally just an egg salad. It's just like a deconstructed egg salad. This is crazy. This is Middle Eastern food. This looks very effortful. Koshari. Rice, pasta, insane positive. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I would really fuck with this. Like, this looks delicious. And simple, too. And this looks delicious, too, but complicated. Oh, and then this motabel, it's like a baba ganoush. I bet you that goes crazy. Koshari is Egyptian? Yeah. This is probably delicious. I mean, it's just baba ganoush. Motabel is baba ganoush. Let's say it's the same thing. Eggplant, tahini, eggplant and Greek yogurt. Oh yeah, yum, yummy. And then for Birdie, they have maple bacon donuts. I don't know why, but I mean, he's a very large man, so he needs a very large food. So I guess that makes sense. I mean, Birdie's probably eating some slop, right? Of course, Cammy is chicken tikka masala. Yes. Yes, Cammy is chicken tikka masala in a wrap. That kind of makes sense for her. She's got to have like the Indian British food. They also have the killer bee cupcakes, which I think is very clever. They are honey cupcakes. They look really good. They got little bees on the plate. They really went all out for the killer bee theme, which is cute. Here's 3 of each for volume. This is Dudley's tea, which also makes a hell of a fuck lot of sense. Of course, Dudley just has a fancy tea. That's his thing, fancy tea. And this is the pierogis we just made. This is the drink we just made. And then they've got borscht for Zangief, which obviously... I have not tried this borscht recipe. This is one I should try, because I have so many beets, actually. I think I made a different borscht last time I tried to make borscht. This could be really good, though. Oh, and for some reason, for Claw, they have churros, but I'm not complaining, because who doesn't love churros? Oh, and then a sandwich. Wrong beat. In Asia, Thai rice pudding. It's so funny that for Akuma they did the fruit sando. It's Akuma eating the dessert sandwich. He's such a whoopie these days, though. They've really whoopified Akuma. They really. You gotta admit, though. Like, maybe that's not as perfect as giving Bison the girly cocktail, but it's pretty funny. He also has a cocktail. Akuma cocktail. Cinnamon stick, peaches, grapefruit. Oh, this isn't a cocktail. This is actually just a juice. This is like a punch. There's not booze in this. No booze in Akuma's. Chun-Li crepes. Interesting choice. Oh, and a tofu stir fry, which does make a lot of sense, yes. This is another one that looks hard, but I think I would fuck with it. Like, look how good that looks. Oh, it looks tough. That looks hard to make, but I mean, it looks good. Peppercorn star is all these different spices, and then it's tofu. Oh, and ground pork as well. Mup tofu isn't as hard as it looks. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll make it someday. Maybe I'll make that next someday. And then they've got crepes for her, little dessert. She's gotta be eaten to fuel them thighs. You gotta fuel those thighs. You gotta be eaten. Oh, she's got three. She's got 3 dishes. Oh, everybody loves Chun-Li. Rice balls. Oh, not rice balls. They're actually... Oh, they're rice flour. Sesame seeds. Yummy. And then for Dan, they just went, Dan noodles. Because it's Dan. It's his name, so... I think the idea of Chun-Li having a palette, I feel like she would because she's like... So I have tried the, this dish. The, Dalzim dish, which is potatoes, and they're very spiced, pavbash. I thought it was more effort than it was worth. And I probably won't make it again. Because you're kind of making, like, all this spices, but it's pretty much just mashed potatoes and cauliflower that it's on top of. So it's like, there's like a lot of work to mix the spices for this, and then it was like, okay, it's a potato stew. Like, it was fine, but it was like a lot of work. I feel like this is something that I would order at a restaurant and then try to make it home again, and knowing that I got it right, because it's really hard to know if you got it right with that many spices in it as well. It's a little bit of work. He's got like a tea, and then there's like, oh, this is for Fei Long. This is just a bun. Does it have meat in it? Or is it like sweet? This is like a sweet bun. This is like a sweet bun. Bolo bao. I haven't tried this. They've got dango in here for all you Monster Hunter fans. This is Goken's meal. I guess I can learn how to make dango. Fish. Now, roasted sweet potato is not a recipe. That's just sweet potato. They specified it. They made it a little complicated. Okay, so for jury they have, I can't pronounce that. Chekobaki? How do you pronounce that? It's interesting which characters they assign they like sweets to. Yeah. I think some of it's kind of canon and some of it's just kind of vibes. So this is Jury's extremely spicy. It's got gochujang in it. Now, Jury, we know it's canon. She likes spicy food. So that's the canon for Jury. And it's made with vegetable stock, fish cake, mozzarella cheese. What's the actual meat of it though? Is it rice cakes? Rice and fish and cheese. I gotta go to the Asian market. Tuk Bao Ki. Okay, thank you. I don't want to be disrespectful. I want to say things correctly. This is just soju. And this is just soju in a watermelon. I think this is actually perfect jury food though, because she like, okay, really, really, really spicy Korean rice cakes. Just fucking soju, just fuck me up. Then for Karen, they have like corn dogs, which is not fancy, and then they have sushi, rice, high grade fish, which is very Karen, which is a good Karen choice. I was like, Jury, yeah, Jury's into spicy food. We know that. That's like her kind of thing. This is the dish they have for bison, which is peanut sauce. It's like a spring roll with shrimp and peanut sauce. So it's like Thai food. And then that's the drink. We talked about the drink earlier. And then I'm almost at the end of the book. But like, yeah, so I haven't read everything, but like, this is a fun book. Mika! What's her dish? Her thing is chicken tendies. I want to make this. I want to make Mika chicken tendies with Japanese mayonnaise dipping sauce. Fried bits. Yeah, but she's got, again, Mika be eating though. Mika's got to fuel that power. Right? Ryu, beef. Yeah, Ryu's also got to be eating. He's gonna fuel this. He's gonna fuel the chi. This is fried ground beef patties. They're like croquettes, beef croquettes. That sounds delicious. And then agar red bean paste. This is like a dessert, but it doesn't look very desserty. And then he's also got the Hadouken shot, which is made with blue curacao, because of course it is. And then you got your proper pad thai in here. Because you gotta have that. And your Thai iced tea. And an onigiri for Sakura. Or as we say in the States, jelly donuts. All right, now I'm gonna do the boiling. Now that I've done that, because the water's gonna be boiling. back. Let me get back in here. Thank you for waiting. I had to actually cook the food. Did you miss the pierogis? They are done. There they are. So how you finish them is you gotta boil them for about 2 minutes. And then you gotta pan fry them. I probably could have put a little more brown on these, but you know, I didn't want to keep you guys waiting forever. And then on the top is a bacon, sauerkraut, mushroom combo. Plus you got your sour cream on the side. And I went ahead and topped off my drink as well. So now I'm just gonna sit here and eat. Finally, almost 10 o'clock and I'm eating dinner. Okay, so I lied about them not taking a long time to come together, but that was because I was yapping and doing it slow and working on them and everything. Oh, that was fun. Wonder why I even mashed them, because it seems like it's really counterintuitive. No, the potatoes are mashed inside in the middle. I do have extra filling, so I'll probably make more tomorrow, but like not as many. Cheesy potato carb bomb. Delicious. You have that potato filling goodness on the inside. You saw it go in. Now you just see me eat it. I'm big on sauerkraut. Yeah, probably just make bacon and mushroom then. You make the bacon and mushroom first, but the whole reason I did this was because I had extra kraut. I personally really like kraut. It adds a lot of flavor to this too, but it was just bacon and mushroom and sauerkraut. You can put whatever you want on them. You know, if you're not into sour cream, skip it. So good. I got a kielbasa to serve with these, but I didn't make it today, so I'll make it tomorrow to serve with the remainder. A little sausage on the side. I've tried to make kraut, and it's been successful sometimes, but lately I'd have a hard time making it. I'm thinking my basement. I think I'm getting kind of loud. I'm thinking my basement doesn't have like the right conditions for kraut. I need to figure something else out. I don't think just get too much light down there, or not enough light. I don't know. I made it before and it's turned out, but I haven't made it at the new house. It has not turned out. Kraut's easy to make in theory because it basically makes itself, but you have to let the cabbage ferment and not mold. When it molds, you gotta fucking throw it out. You did it wrong. I first think it's delicious. A little bit of bacon, which you could skip if you didn't want meat in it. But I think I'm gonna serve the rest tomorrow with the sausage. I think I'm not gonna do dessert tonight either because it's already pretty late to get started eating dinner. You guys have seen my ice creams before though. I can post ice cream later. I gotta do my gotcha pulls too. I gotta do those, I don't know if I'll have time on stream to do them. I don't have enough jade saved up for in Star Rail to pull on the new banner, so I either have to spend money, which I don't like to do, or grind over the weekend. I don't know. I'd have to wail for my waifus this time around. These turned out really good. I still think I roll them a little too thick though. Of course, in this case, I was kind of rolling at a funny angle because I'm kind of leaning over an office table, which is not the ideal, like for doing baked goods, but I got to get the hang of like rolling the dough out a little bit thinner. Because they're still like a little bit chunky, but they look beautiful. They came out really good, nice and cooked. All that potato filling. We love a good VTuber cooking hand cam, don't we, folks? I gotta wipe all this flour off my desk. bad you can't. I'll be here to eat them with me as my mouth is full. Mouthful ASMR. You ever come over to my house? Come hungry. I will serve you something. You'll be fed. Don't worry about it. I love to make stuff. I have many cookbooks. I like to make desserts. Don't worry about it. You'll be fed. Feed you. Well, I'm gonna have to have seconds though, because there's a lot of sour cream left on this plate. It's gonna need something to soak it up. So what should I cook next from the book? What should I try? Spicy? Maybe more drinks? Drinks? Drinks in the book are really good. Map tofu. I do want to make the tofu, actually. I do want to make the tofu. That tofu looked really good. Maybe I'll try that. Bee cupcakes? They're really good too. I should make those. They'd be fun to make in the spring. It seems like a spring thing. Killer bee cupcakes. When's Cammy's birthday? Actually, I think it just happened. I think she just had her birthday. Yeah, January 6th. Oh, unfortunate for her, huh? Whoops. I guess I want to forget that in the future. Chun-Li's is March 1st, I believe. How do I know this? I don't remember my relatives' birthdays. I don't remember the birthdays of people who were related to me. But I remember the birthdays of Street Fighter characters. I was like, Cammy's is in January, right? Like, I knew that off the fucking top of my head. What an idiot. Now, how did I forget that it was Jan 6? Or Cammy, I missed your birthday. You don't know? Maybe they're all great and I just have bad memory. I remember most of my relatives' important birthdays. I remember my sister's birthdays. But yes, Cammy's is Gen 6. Oops. Rip. I like most of my family. My family's pretty good and chill. We will cook the Chun-Li dish for Chun-Li's birthday. Which I happen to know is, off the top of my head, is in March. So we'll do it. You know, just off the dome. I think Ryu's is in July? Whose birthday is closest to my birthday? Yes, his birthday is day after mine. 21. I knew that. But the question is, why did I know that? I was watching Mori Calliope. She was playing this, it was like Papers, Please, but Hololive, and it's like a Hololive trivia game. There's like so much trivia, like everybody's birthday, everybody's fan name, everybody's release song. And I was like, I could never do this, that's insane. But like, I know there's lots of people who could, otherwise the game wouldn't exist. That is hitting my stomach just right. I needed that. I needed food. I'll try for a better kitchen setup by then. Maybe I'll probably just end up filming a lot of stuff ahead of time, actually, the way that Scrub and Scrub to Scrub Kitchen. This was nothing was filmed ahead of time. Except that I made the bacon earlier I made the bacon earlier and just left it in a bowl because I didn't want to waste time on stream doing that. Quiz game some time ago, milk can make me feel ashamed. Yeah, it seems really, really hard. It was like memorize everybody's birthday, everybody's song, everybody's band name, a bunch of trivia about all the Hololive characters. Crazy. But I know a lot of the Street Fighter trivia. I learned a lot of Street Fighter trivia. I've just like absorbed it over the years because I don't even play the game that much, but I just like really like the lore. There's a Capcom lore. I know like every Capcom game lore. Oh my god, the Kirby or Yuri title! I saw that quiz! That's hard! Why is it hard? Oh my god, my mouth is full, sorry. Kirby or Yuri, and it's like, it's a Yuri or a song from a Kirby game. Street Fighter lore rules, though. Street Fighter lore is crazy. I did a video on M. Bison. It's like old, it's like 2 years now. I was gonna do another one. I was gonna do another Street Fighter lore video, and it's like half edited, and I didn't finish it. That should be the one I finish. I have like 3 half-finished video essays. One of them is another Street Fighter lore video. There's a Kirby Yuri? How? I didn't know this. Kirby lore is something I don't know that well. Not many girls. I was gonna say, like, how is there women? I see. There's not that many women in Kirby. There's literally 2 women in Kirby and they're kissing. Is this one right out of Queen? Okay. Yes, okay. Thank you. Thank you for answering that question for me. It sounded like that was correct. There's only 2 women in the entire Kirby saga, and they're in love. Cool. Good for them. Based. Do you guys think Kirby, buds? Like, do you think Kirby's reproduce asexually? like when it's time to make another Kirby, it just kind of divides like a cell? That's the only explanation I can think of. Maybe it's like Yoshi and he like eats and then like lays an egg. Yeah, Kirby's like an eldritch being. That's the actual answer, actually, I think. I think Kirby is like an eldritch being. Yeah. Yeah, I think Kirby's a singular creature. I think the real answer is Kirby doesn't reproduce. Because Kirby doesn't have to reproduce because Kirby simply is, like Barbie. It eats, explodes, and the new baby. It eats a star. That's what has to happen. To make a new Kirby, Kirby has to eat a star. And then gestate the star, and then Eldritch Horror is the actual lore. No, I agree, because then Kirby lore is like really dark. Like, if you look into Kirby lore, it's like the darkest shit you've ever heard, and it's like the cutest little kawaii game. But then all the lore is like the end of time. The universe created Kirby as a strong organism. Yeah. It's like the darkest, most dank stuff for like a kid's game. It's always the way though, because like if you like look at any like girls stuff too, like My Little Pony, the OG My Little Pony had some dark ass lore. It's just like anytime it's like for kids, and you're like, wait a minute, why is this so dank? Kirby feels need to make a second Kirby. Yuri incest? Holy shit. Final boss theme, 2 planets approach the rush limit. Oh my god. I gotta get into Kirby. I've been sleeping on Kirby, man. I've only played like the Super Nintendo port on the, and I played Kirby Golf. Kirby Golf. Oh, I played Epic Yarn. I played Epic Yarn. Both games that have dark ass lore and have it. Yeah. That is a crazy name. That's wild. That's nuts. I feel like a lot of that stuff that has like really cute art and you like look at the lore and you're like, what the fuck? That's wild. Alrighty. I've eaten dinner and you guys watched me make it. The Forgotten Land! Yeah, I should play that. That's on Switch. I should play that. That's a game I should play. Ooh, it's Owen's birthday! Let's go say happy birthday to Owen. Oh, we've got some friend stuff going. I don't know what the hell they're playing. Oh, it's something where they fall down a cliff. It's vague in the English version, but they're definitely not really called sisters. They're more straight up nuns. Oh, okay. So they're not sisters like biologically sisters. They're sisters as in the nun sense. Kirby lore is cool as hell. The Roche limit, also called Roche radius, is just a celestial body within a second celestial body held together by its own force of gravity will disintegrate because the first body's tidal forces exceed the second body's self-gravitation. And this is Kirby. We're talking about Kirby. This is shit that happens in the lore of the adorable round boy game who puffs and inhales things. That's awesome. I need to get on this. I need to get on this train. There's a lot of games I haven't played that I need to play, or that I'm just not that familiar with that I need to play. I got a lot on the schedule though, but not that many games because I've been doing other shit on stream. This was super fun. I'm glad I did this. This was fun. It took me forever to get done, but it was fun. All right, what's going on next? What's going on next? Princess Tomato. Next week we're doing Princess Tomato. I'm so fucking excited. That's a weird one. That's dank too. That's very dank. Okay, we got some games on the list. We're gonna do Resist. We're gonna do Sorry We're Closed, and then I'm gonna do Character. And then we're gonna read Terrible Books with Scrumpy. I gotta prepare for the Terrible Books stream. That's gonna be work because I gotta get excerpts of these books that's not boring as shit. Because a lot of these books are fucking boring, but like I need to find. I need you to know about them. I need to make them funny. We're gonna read boring books, but I'm gonna try to find the funny passages from terrible books. This is just an excuse to read the Dilbert guy's stuff. And I'm gonna shit on the Dilbert guy, but I'm not doing it here. We're gonna save that for a different stream. We're just talking about Dilbert. I don't want to get into it now. But later, we'll talk about Dilbert. And today was the day I learned about Dilbert Mpreg. So follow me on Blue Sky. We skied in that shit. I didn't know about the Dilbert Mpreg, but I guess that makes sense. I guess. This is a thing. I don't know how many times we've done lore streams on this channel and there's been Mpreg, but it's happened more than once. Because we did the Five Nights at Freddy's stream and that had Mpreg. It's gross. It's terrible. You know, now I do. Now I learn new things every day. Every day I learn something new. Today what I learned was that the Dilbert TV show, every time we talk about Mpreg, yeah, you'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. And it's actually not that weird that it's happened multiple times because I talk about stupid shit all the time on this channel. I talk about the dumb stuff that happens in culture all the time. Ooh, I feel good now. I've had myself a little cocktail. I had myself a pile of delicious pierogi. There's like more Vor and Mega Man. Oh my god, yeah, Vor is a whole other topic. Jeez. Let me know what lore streams you want to do. The FNAF lore stream was wild because people come in that were like super passionate about FNAF lore, and I don't know, and I didn't know anything. I was completely blind. People were like, no, they're getting it wrong. You did this and that, and I'm like, I don't know anything about it. Don't blame me. I just learn. I'm here to learn. I'm learning it. I'm learning and understanding. I'm becoming stronger. My takeaway from that stream was like, I did not really understand how popular Five Nights at Freddy's was. I really didn't understand how popular it was. And now I have a better understanding that this is very, very popular. And I did not know that. Like, I thought it was really popular, but like, it's like household name for young children popular. It's like how Ninja Turtles was for me growing up popular. It's bigger than I thought. It's a different world. Maybe not Minecraft popular, but like, or the fandom reform the actual content. I don't know. I can't think of, off the top of my head, I can't think of like major vor, but yeah, in the content, there's gotta be some, right? People who eat people. Yeah, what's an example? What's a situation where vor occurred in Mega Man storyline? I mean, the fucking FMians eat each other. The aliens. Frostman telling Brock he's gonna make a popsicle out of him and eat him? I don't remember that line. Lita, tell me about the vor. I don't remember that line. That's funny. Snake, yeah, the Snake Man is vor. Snake Man is explicitly vor, that's correct. Snake Man would just love to rest you in his little belly. All cozy. The like canon Snake Man Toad Man relationship is Toad Man's food. Toad Man does not want to be food. I had forgotten that detail, but you're right. Completely true. Dark Manus eats guys, yeah. Woo! Alright, I had my drink, I had my dinner. I'm gonna raid out to Owen. So, say hello. Unless they're quitting. Oh, hourly 3-minute ad break. Okay, it's an ad break for them. So we'll wait till their ad break is over and then we'll raid into the stream, which is happening now. I actually postponed my ads because I was so badly and I wasn't gonna take much longer. But next stream will be a bit of a while from now because I'm not streaming until a week from today. I got other stuff going on. But a week from today, I'm gonna have another Thursday night stream. That one will be a little bit longer. I'm gonna be doing some gaming with my buddy Kuma. Teaching him how to play Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom, Hudson Soft adventure game from the... Thank you for the clip. Thank you. Hudson Soft adventure game from the late Nintendo era. Hi, K-Spice. I'm just about to raid out. I finished making food, but I'm waiting for the person I'm gonna raid into to be done with their ad break. They look delicious. They're dead. Hey, I'm gonna go get some more real quick, just so you can see them. I'm gonna get a couple more from my plate here. Yeah, they're gone, but there's more. Don't worry. There's more. Hang on. Okay, the kitchen is like a mess because I just dumped everything in it. There we go. I got a couple more, just so you can see them, nice and fried up in the pan fried. Very yummy. Okay, I'm still eating. This is my dinner. It came so late. Man, they are good. They are good. Hey, if you ever come over, we'll make them. We'll make them for you. They do take a couple hours to make, actually, but are worth it. Especially if you have leftovers and can make them again the next day. And I also made a cocktail with a little Campari and orange, but it is cached. That's cached. This one's like a kind of a weird. Some of them didn't. Some of them got weird shapes. Man, I'm stuffed. It's amazing how fast this fills you up. The kitchen is a huge mess because it took like 3 bowls to make these. Like a roll of potatoes. A pan they're fried in. A pan the other things were fried in. The topping. They're great. They're really good. I'm glad you all hung out with me tonight to make my dinner. Next complicated meal will be March 1st, I guess. My first stream. Have a good rest of your week. Thank you. Alright, we're gonna raid out now that I'm done eating. My mouth is full. Give some love to everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you a week from today. We're gonna be playing Princess Tomato. I have a guest on the stream. It's a fun game. You'll enjoy it. Good night, everybody.